To start off, tell us about yourself. Give us your name, age, and occupation.
My name is Josh Wilder. I'm 34 years old, and I'm a board certified fellowship trained podiatric surgeon.
Why are you here on Survivor?
So I'm here on Survivor because basically to fulfill my adventurous side. When I was born with a congenital deformity called prune belly syndrome, where basically my kidneys weren't fully functioned. So I wasn't supposed to live past 5 years old. Thank God I got a kidney transplant when I was 9 years old by a cadaveric donor, Kristen Regal. She died at the age of 15 um, by a drunk driver. She's like her life hasn't even started. So because of that, ever since then, I've always wanted to live my life through her because I'm living for two people. And when knowing about her, she was always adventurous. She liked to be outdoors. She was just a really bubbly person. So I'm doing this for her and for my family, and just because I love Survivor, and it's the best game show ever.
What's your history with watching Survivor?
So I started watching the Survivor show when it came out in May 2000 with my family. It was just a new show that no one's ever done before. And my family was very athletic and liked to be outdoors and doing stuff like that. So we always watched it every Thursday night. And I've seen almost every season except a couple because of med school and college and everything. So we're very, very hardcore fans.
Give me one Survivor winner and one non-winner who you identify with the most.
One Survivor winner that I identify the most would have to be um, Jeremy, Jerry Bennett, and then non-winner Avi for sure. Just because he was a great overall social player, and he did very well at challenges, but he got off sixth place, and I want to be the winner.
What's your favorite moment in Survivor history?
Probably when Sari and the Dynamic Six, I don't think they're called six, but it was the six women who voted out one of the guys because he gave up his idol. Sorry, I'm blanking on the names, but he gave up his idol, and they kicked him out. And there were six women, and they dominated that whole season. I forget what it was. I'm sorry. But that moment in time stands out the most to me at this point.
What's one life experience you feel has prepared you most for the game?
Probably being a surgeon, because you always have to be prepared for something to go wrong. In the operating room, you're prepared for, a linear progression A to B that you're prepared for, but that always doesn't go the way you want it to be. It's never A to B. It's always kind of B to D or C to F. So always being prepared for the next step and having a backup plan and a backup plan to that backup plan has prepared me as well. Also, being athletic, doing obstacle course races once or twice a year has prepared me for the challenges because I like that competitive nature and that side of things.
What excites you the most about the new era of Survivor?
So the new twists, the new turns, the new challenges. What scares me probably is the Beware challenge, because all those twists kind of make it hard for you to kind of play a game with your alliance member. So honesty and integrity kind of go out the window with this game. At first, when it first came out, I told myself I'm going to play an honest game. I'm going to have my alliance numbers. I'm not going to backstab. But with this new era, there's no way you can do that because there's always new twists and turns. So that's exciting, and it's more of a mental, emotional game now, more so. So everything's new, and I'm very excited to do it.
What do you think people will perceive you as?
I think they'll perceive me as athletic, and one that provides for my tribe mates at first, and then I want to be more social and inclusive with my tribe mates so I can get to the end. And at that point, it's gloves off. I'm going to backstab, cheat, steal, do what I need to do to get there. But at first, I'm going to play a very social game, be athletic, be the provider, and then once we merge, if I make it to merge, God willing, then I'm going to do what I need to do. Everything's out. All bets are out the window.
What type of player are you looking for in an alliance?
The type of player I'm looking for in an alliance are someone who will have my back, kind of honesty and trustworthiness to an extent. You can't really trust anybody in this game, right? But every Ricard needs a Shan and vice versa. So I want that one person to be my ride or die, my wing man, my wing woman, up until the merge, and then we can split off. But to get to that point, you kind of have to feel everybody out. And to do that, I want to try to avoid tribal council as much as possible by winning challenges, being the supporter, being the provider, just keeping our team nice and tight. So definitely need that one person with honesty and trustworthiness.
How eager will you be to look for advantages in the game?
Very eager. That's one of my top things on my list to do because I'm already perceived as a threat with my athletic ability. So I want to keep winning challenges, be social so I can find my one wing person and then find these hidden advantages and hidden immunity idols so I can get further in the game so I won't be perceived as a bigger threat than I'm already perceived as.
What's the one thing you told yourself you wouldn't do in this game?
I told myself that I wouldn't let my emotions get the best of me and I wouldn't let other people play on my emotions. And it's probably easier said than done, but I've seen it before on Survivor, people's play on emotions and tug at that and kind of use that against them. So I need to just keep my eye on the prize and not let people or my tribe mates kind of get me kind of roused up or use certain stories against me with emotions and not let that overcome me. Kind of like what Jonathan was doing with Marianne. Like he was kind of getting annoyed with her a little bit and didn't let his emotion. He kept his emotions in check because he knew that would put a target on his back.
What's the best advice you received before coming out to play?
Just be yourself. That was probably the best advice I got.
Can you come up with your own weird phrase that could be said at a challenge to unlock an idol?
um, I don't know. The eye of the tiger is very full. I don't know. They come up with some interesting ones there. It's very cool.
What celebrity or fictional character would you want to come out for a loved one's visit?
I would love to see Usher. I've always been a big fan of Usher, and I always was told I looked like him back in the past. Now I don't think I do, but a big fan. So yeah.